Leon McCormick for World Bride Magazine, and we are here at the Mark Ingram Atelier with Mark Ingram himself. Mark, thank you so much for having us.
It is my great pleasure, Verita. Thank you so much for wanting to talk to me.
So please tell me, what got you into the bridal industry? Why did you
industry? You know, I had a fascination with bridal gowns and brides since literally being a toddler. And they had some little Delft blue and white figures that I would use tissue paper to create little bridal dresses on them. Of course, my grandfather wasn't happy with that, but yes. So I've been in the industry, in the clothing industry for about 16 years, 14 years actually, when my sister got married in 1994. And she allowed my mother and myself to plan her entire wedding from soup to nuts, from menu to place cards, flowers, venue. I did her, I chose her dress. I literally made her veil myself. I hand beaded her shoes myself, having no bridal experience. But I've been in fashion, so I love the process. And also, I was at an age in my 30s where I was looking for a change in career.
Because you did start at Bergdorf Goodman.
Yes, Bonwood Teller and Bergdorf Goodman. Right out of college, I was in the training programs of Bonwood Teller, one of the first trainees they ever hired to do a formal training program, to go into management and to go into merchandising. So I was an assistant buyer there, a manager in the Philadelphia store.
Because you have a degree in business.
I do,
in
at
NYU.
My,
so you have a business
yes,
background.
my parents insisted that I go to NYU as opposed to FIT because FIT at that time was not like an accredited 4-year university. Right. It was in 1970s. It was a 2-year, almost like a junior college or a associate's degree. And they just felt, given who I am and, as a black man, you know what I mean, coming up in this time, it's important to get a really good education and a formal, degree from a 4-year institution. But so I planned the wedding, loved the industry, and found myself about 18 months later in front of Amsala, who in around 1995 I would consider like one of the queens of bridal. I mean, iconically she is. She passed away unfortunately, but her brand remains. And it's going probably into its 30 some odd year of being in business. And I got the opportunity to work with her side by side as her director of sales. We literally sat as close as you and I are sitting now every day. We shared
national.
Yes,
did the
national sales.
Right, not just sales.
And international. We had accounts in Europe as well. I was hired by her in the fall of 96, and we had 4 glorious years of being together, and I got to know the industry, working for a titan who literally was at the top of her game in those years. The brand was by far... I think Vera Wang and Amsala were the two iconic names of the 90s.
Absolutely.
They both did plain. Amsala was more architectural and simple, and Vera Wang was more lush and over the top in terms of, style and I think it's sophistication. But Amsala was minimal and chic, and it appealed to many. It was something new because in the 90s it was all about dynasty and, crazy big shoulders and beading and lots of things going on. So her gowns were clean and simple.
And it's so interesting that you go from business to marketing, and then now you have your own empire.
Well, I wouldn't call it an empire, but thank you.
I think it is. Because the brides, they come from all over the world.
They do.
To come to see you.
They do.
And that means that you have some level of expertise.
When we started the business, I had a big business background in marketing, and we knew we had to market the business before it physically opened.
Right.
This is the days before social media.
Right.
But we did have internet, we did have email, we did have, of course,
and
print advertising was huge. And so we did advertising before the store opened. We had a phone number, we had appointments, we secured our designers, we were ready to roll. So in January 2002, we opened our doors.
Wow. How exciting was that?
It was, I probably couldn't even feel the excitement because I was so nervous and stressed and frightened because it was my first time going out on my own to do anything.
Wow.
It was all self-financed by myself and my parents. Wow. It wasn't by a bank, and I had no business partners. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew I had something to offer.
Right.
And something different. The concept was to open a sort of a small, curated, privately owned bridal atelier, not on a ground floor level, by appointment only. That was really more of a point of view of an owner or a stylist than it was just generally a mass bridal salon.
Right.
Our store is not one that all the gowns are out on the floor.
Right.
Unlike most stores in Manhattan, most everything is available for clients to see when they walk in the door.
Right.
And put the touch and feel and put their hands on, which is great. But I think for us, we find we lose focus of the appointment if girls have access to too much, because it's overwhelming for girls.
Absolutely.
Coming in,
agree.
First time brides, it's like a candy shop. They want to try everything on. And it's very distracting because you don't really maybe know what's best for your figure type, what's appropriate for your venue. We need to discuss budget, all these things before you start pulling gowns off the shelf and falling in love with something that's not appropriate for you.
Exactly.
So we, put a few pieces out on the floor, but we have mostly, I would say 95% of our inventory is in the back.
Yes. Describe the importance of the dress to the bride and her family. In selecting that dress.
It's a very important timepiece. It's a time that you need to sort of remember. It's part of your, I guess, passage into a different phase of your life. It's an experience you might want to share with family and friends. It's not just the purchase of the dress. It's the shopping experience. It's where you shop for it, how you shop for it, who you go with.
When a girl is buying her dress, do you constitute that purchase, that dress, as something that's impactful and important to that event?
Yes, it's an extension of her personality, who she is. She shouldn't not be going out of her comfort zone. We always say that as a bride, you're just your best self. You're not a different self. You have to remember that you are going to be appearing before your family, your fiance, loved ones. You want to be comfortable in your skin. You want to be comfortable with who you are, just your most beautiful who you are, your most beautiful self. So your bridal gown should reflect who you are.
Can you list 5 major things that you look for when you're shopping for the dress? You mentioned a couple of them, designers and everything. What are 5
The first thing is always quality. Okay. I only work with reputable brands, whether they're, and a newer brand is harder to say it's reputable because you want to give the young people a start. But when I look for new talent, I look for people who've done their homework in terms of preparing the marketing pieces. Maybe they have no history in what they've sold, but if the marketing piece that entices you to see them and their communication, and then finally the samples, the construction of the samples, that'll entice me to give them a shot. If the design is where it needs to be, design and price point. It's all about, does it fit into your mix? Is it the right design? Is it the right price point? Is the right look for the kind of store that I'm curating?
Wow.
So a designer must be consistent from the sample to the actual delivery of the garment, in the color, in the hand of the fabric, in the placement of the beadwork, in the fit especially, all those elements. Yeah.
So now what can a bride that comes to your atelier expect to spend as far as budget? Ballpark. Well, we have quite a wide range of price in the store. You can find a dress for about $49.95 would be like our opening price point for what constitutes what you would say is a real wedding dress. In the high 2s and 3s, you'll find very simple bias cut slips. A la sort of a Caroline Bessette look, or the Bush twin wore a very simple sort of cowl neckline, silk charmeuse, little like beach dress, that you can find in the store, a very chic dress for under between $3,000 and $4,000. But to really see a wedding dress, for example, that has details of maybe lace or applique and crinoline construction, we're going to start in the $4,900 range. From say Lila Rose, Herrera has opening price points at that range. Monique Lillier and Barge, my opening price point vendors, but they also transverse a wide range of price point because they go up to the teens as well. Absolutely. So in my store, the average retail price of girl spending is about $8,000 for a dress. But my gowns range from say $4,000 to $20,000, but the bulk of the purchase is in the 8, 9, 10 range. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Does color matter when you're picking out your dress? Do brides have to wear white now?
No. Well, first of all, I don't think I even have a white dress in my salon, truthfully, because white dresses, when you say the color white, like optical white, is not a natural color and cannot be achieved with natural fibers. So I would say most of my dresses I hear that are silk, whether it's satin, this is all silk taffeta, silk gazar, silk organza, silk file, silk Mikado, silk Tricado. These are all silk fabrics, natural fibers that cannot be achieved. Optic white cannot be achieved. This is totally bleached to the point of probably destruction.
Right.
You know, that's not a natural color. But milk white, soft white, creamy white, off white, these are all natural, you know, natural color whites that are being in my store. But I'd say most popular dress combination would be ivory with a sort of blush lining, as we have here in this mannequin. It's like a nude or blush layer underneath the soft white, which creates a softer.
And who's this designer?
This is by Adam Zohar from Israel, a young talent that we discovered recently, who's doing some beautiful, beautiful things. You know, at a great price, and the fit is incomparable. Here's the couture dress made to size. You take by 20 measurements or so to get the dress to come in fitting, you know, almost close to your body as possible. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Your input, so that our brides can make educated decisions when they're purchasing their their bridal gowns.
Yeah. And also I want to say one thing. I want girls who are, say, shy about the experience, you know, maybe they're plus size, you know, maybe they feel, you know, that they don't feel comfortable enough coming into a midtown salon. And I just think you should, you know, do your research before you make an appointment. If you're plus size, most designer salons can address your needs. They might have all the samples you want to try on, but you can't assume they're going to have any. You need to ask first. So we do have, by every designer that I carry at least 2 or 3 pieces of something in a plus size. And in bridal, plus size is not that big. It's like 12 is considered plus size. Unfortunately, in bridal, 12 and 14 and 16 are plus sizes. So, you know, ask the question before you go into a store.
And don't be shy.
And don't be shy away from it.
Coming to the store.
And even if we don't have a sample to try on, our sales consultants are very professional. They're very experienced at working with every kind of a girl, every kind of figure type. We've dressed size 22, 24, based on a size 8 dress. It's having the confidence of your salesperson.
Expertise.
That's what we do.
And that's why you're an atelier. It's a huge difference in getting something off the rack. And then, you know, or mass produced.
The gowns are definitely made to order.
So that's the good thing. So can you please tell our viewers where they can find you on all your social media and your websites?
Okay. Oh, you can ask me that question? Well, my store is Mark Ingram Atelier. It's located at 110 East 55th Street. That's between Park and Lexington Avenues in Manhattan, and we're in the Park 55 building. We're in our 8th floor atelier, so it's very private. It's by appointment only. Our website is www.miatelier.com or markingramatelier.com. Our Instagram handle is Mark Ingram at Mark Ingram Bride. And
you're on Facebook
we're on Facebook personally. We're on Facebook professionally. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We have everything. We have a great website we're still working on, and we're putting new content in all the time. We did a great photo shoot recently that shows more lifestyle photography and what the experience is like versus product. And I think that's going to be very effective for our new millennial customer. Thank you.
Everybody, thank you so much for keeping up with World Bride Magazine. And this is Mark Ingram's Atelier.
Thank you.
Here with Liz Selassie, owner of Designer Loft, and we are in the Garment District in New York City, and we're going to have the opportunity to discuss with her the aspects of shopping for your wedding dress when you're all different shapes and sizes. Liz, thank you so much for taking the time and spending with us. So can you tell us first a little bit about you? Because I want people to understand that this is not your first ride to the rodeo. You know, so how long have you been doing this?
Oh my gosh. I have been in bridal since 2000. I started in manufacturing. Decided that wasn't my true love, that I really liked working with the families and the brides, and we opened the boutique in 2001, so we're going on close to 20 years.
Wow. So you've seen the evolution of bridal dresses, bridal fashion.
Absolutely.
And how do you think girls today are dealing with the evolution of these quick dresses that are being made?
Well, girls today have a lot more choices than when I was first starting out. When we were first starting out, everyone was just doing strapless. No one was doing sleeves, no one was doing V-necks, and we fought really hard to get those options in the stores. Also, everyone was doing size 6, size 8 samples, and I fought so hard with so many designers to get a decent size sample that most brides can fit into. Now it's more industry standard, a 10 or a 12, but that took years, and that was a battle.
Changing.
And now we have even plus size samples. So if you're not a 12, you still have options.
So describe to me the importance of the dress to the bride and her family, that moment. We watched you just interact with this young lady that traveled from England to get her dress. What is that feeling that you get with these girls when they're selecting their dresses?
Each girl is different. Each bride is different. Some have a romantic vision and they've been dreaming about it since they were a child. Others don't want a fussy dress and they want to do something, clean and simple and just tailored, or even short or pantsuit, jumpsuit. There's, each bride has their own vision.
Right.
So it's important to listen to the bride and not put her in something that she's uncomfortable in, and just have her in something that she's going to treasure for always.
Okay, so when you are shopping for your boutique, how do you go about selecting?
So when I'm shopping for the boutique, I know there's lots of different brides with a wide range of tastes. So I always bring 1 or 2 people with me that have a different vision than I have. I tend to run more classic, more conservative. My business partner likes more sort of, the Vegas bride, more diva, more form-fitting. So it's good to I think it's good to have a variety of opinions going in, because you're going to have a variety of girls with a variety of tastes, a variety of different, shapes, body sizes. So I think the more we have a designer loft look, but we want a variety of looks for our brides.
So how important is it, or should a bride only be focusing on wearing a white dress? Can she play with color?
I think brides today really want different options. In the white range mostly, but we do have brides that want a blue dress or pink dress or gold or nudes have been very hot recently, and different colors work better on different skin tones. So definitely I always, when I'm picking dresses, if something only comes in gold or champagne, I tend not to pick that, because I want to have a white option, but I want to have different color options for the brides as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. So now, what are the price points that brides should be prepared to spend? Ballpark.
Price points can be, we have a really large price point. At our shop, we're starting at $1,700 and we can run up to $10,000 or more. I always tell the brides to sort of set a number that they're comfortable with, and they don't like to do that, but if you don't want a $5,000 dress, I don't want to have you fall in love with a $5,000-$6,000 dress. If you're more comfortable at $2,000, we have beautiful gowns in the $2,000 price range. So I always tell them, as you're doing the wedding planning, the wedding budget, think about what you want to spend and what's comfortable for you. We can find something beautiful in every price range. We really look long and hard to find good value gowns for our brides.
You focus on the curvy girl. I noticed that about your dresses. Every woman can come in here and find something from a size 0 to a size,
24.
24. There you have it. Why was that so important for you, to make sure that they not only have a luxurious experience coming here, but find at least to be able to try on?
I just think when I go shopping, I want to be able to wear my size, and I think the bride is entitled to that same, option. And again, it's a struggle with the designers. They'll say, just hold the size 10 in front of them. And I'm like, no, they want to put it on, they want to see the fit. And I completely understand that. And we want to service all our brides from size 0 to size 24. And so there are certain gowns we'll do in a tiny size and certain gowns that we'll do in a larger size. And we're looking for what's going to complement each size bride.
A bride is getting married, and when should she shop for her dress?
Oh, that's another thing that brides are not aware of. I will meet brides routinely, and they'll say, "Oh, my wedding is 6 months away. I have tons of time." And I'm like, "No, actually, we have designers that deliver in 6 months." So the brides do need to be aware that most bridal gowns take 4 to 6 months to deliver. They're not just hanging ready. We do have designers that can deliver faster, and we have stock, but that limits their colors, size options. So really, a year away is not too early to start. It's not oodles of time. The time goes so quickly. And then even once the gown arrives, we need a month or two, typically at least 2 months, to get it all fitted. We can do it in 1 week, but the bride has to be able to come 4 or 5 times within that week to get everything done.
That's a lot.
So otherwise, if you're working and you're a career person, or even if you have kids, and you can't have every day at our shop, then we need the 2 months so that you can do one fitting a week, and we have a little bit of time between fittings to do the actual work. So really 2 to 3 months to get it all ready and perfect for the day of.
So I know you do these bridal trunk shows.
Every week.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in trunk shows. When a bride loves a designer, she wants to see the whole range, and we can't afford to have the whole range in our shop. We'd have no space to move. So we do these weekly trunk shows. They get discounts during the trunk show, and more importantly, they get to see the collection, the entire motif of the collection. So it's a win-win for the designer and for the bride as well. So we do that weekly. It's listed on our website. It's listed on our Instagram and social media pages, and it's a real benefit for the brides. So on social media, we're on Instagram as designerloft_bridal, and on Facebook as designerloft NYC.
There you have it, guys. Don't be shy about calling Designer Loft. Shape, size is not a challenge for them. They welcome you. So please visit their website, and we will give you more information on how you can find your wedding dress. So tell me, today's bride, what is she looking for? Because I love the way you love texture. I see you love texture.
What is today's bride looking for? Really? She's looking for everything. She wants to be boho. She wants to be sexy. She wants to be traditional. She wants to be modern. She wants to be Princess Cinderella.
And powerful at the same time.
So I have everything in my collection for her, and at a really affordable price. I'm really offering affordable luxury with a great price point, and we go up to size 30, generously sized.
Really?
No extra charge for my curvy girls. Yeah, how could you charge a curvy girl extra?
You care about ageless brides as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So if I have a bride that comes in, let's say she's a little more mature in her 50s or 60s, what she's going to want is something with a little sleeve, maybe something with a vertical line that's going to slim her. Maybe she has a little tummy or whatever. She wants to cover a little bit of her arm, and she doesn't want to spend a fortune. What about like $1,600? Oh, wait a minute. I have that dress. Look,
Wow.
here we have a little sleeve, a vertical line, a slim silhouette, a pretty back, and a small little train because she's not going to have a big old grand wedding.
Right.
So yeah, I think of all brides. And then of course I've got my Cinderella princess bride and she's going to want to wear this dress.
Right.
This is Anastasia.
Beautiful.
As big as can be. She comes with a veil also. It's lace and has a little silver metallic thread because what bride doesn't want to sparkle on her wedding
Of
day?
course.
So a shimmer's always good. And some dimension. And everything that you see that's nude comes with a lining.
So now where can we find all the Randy Finelli
Oh
collection?
gosh, in about 60 countries.
Did you hear that? 60 countries. That means worldwide.
Yes, we're trying to go worldwide. This is our new collection, so we're just launching right now in the US, and then in the spring we're going to be showing probably in Barcelona, London, Milan, Germany. I'm not for sure where all we're showing exactly, so don't quote me on that. And where else? The Netherlands, of course. The Netherlands.
And we're
yes.
going to vote for Australia.
And Australia, yes. So you're going to see my dresses everywhere. They're carried in Australia right now at a beautiful shop called Raffaele Chuka. And they carry my dresses.
Absolutely.
So you can see them there. They're in Melbourne, Australia, actually. And yeah, they're carried all over the world. This collection really is for brides globally. And this is a beautiful dress. I love this dress. This is Annabelle. And it's got this beautiful beaded applique in the back, which almost looks like a gorgeous little tattoo in the middle of her back.
And the spaghetti straps
Yeah.
to hold everything together.
And see, that beading goes with the little beading right here in the side front. And then I actually fell in love with this fabric because I've seen a lot of striped fabric.
Right.
And I think with striped fabrics, I'm looking more of a nautical wedding. Not all weddings are nautical. And floral, sometimes you have to be careful because it can look a little too matronly.
Right.
But this is kind of a fresh, modern floral.
So do you find it challenging to design and to keep bridal looking fresh and modern?
I find it exciting and exhilarating. I'm living the dream. What are you talking
that
about?
fabulous?
Because every day is unique and different, and every bride is unique and different, and every day social media comes out and they want something that you have never seen before, or something. It's always pushing the boundaries and the limits, but still giving them that traditional feel that they still feel like a bride on their wedding day.
And thank you guys. We are here with Randy, and I want you to go out, check out his dresses at every store, every location you can think of. Take a trip.
And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Randy Finelli.
There you go. And say yes to the dress, right?
That's true.
There you go. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Randy Finelli. Keep your eyes on World Bride Magazine.